Other approach of the government include a memorandum of understanding by the federal government with China as a means to tighten trade relations and reduce demand for dollar.
China comes in, they come in, they don't care about your human rights records. They want to come in and they gain access to your raw materials for their own industrialization, because they too are growing. They need you. They need your raw materials to be able to grow, and they too also help you with your infrastructure. So those countries are doing well, and there are cases where China have been able to add value to their economy. So if China can come in and they help us to revive our railways and our roads, as long as we provide the counterpart funding for the money they bring in as investment or as loan. I think that could be one area we can get if we're able to open up the hinterland, open up the roads, Lagos, Calabar, maybe they should not forget the Port Harcourt, Maiduguri, Jos and all those, and open up. If China can add value in being able to enhance infrastructure, I think it would be a very good value addition.
The budget, totaling about 6.07 trillion naira, has been passed for the year 2016. It's been tagged a budget of change, with 30%, which is about 1.8 trillion naira, allocated to capital expenditure, an increase when compared to past budgets.
There must be cash to back up all budgets. You must remember that, right? And the budget is a statement of intention. We intend to spend this much, right? So don't be sure there is a cash backing it up. Again, don't forget that in this budget there is a built-in of close to 2 billion gap. So they're going to source for that. And nobody's told us whether they finally found it. There are a few there and there. And even when you sign the checks today, it takes a few times to mobilize. So you're not going to really feel the impact of the budget until the next 2-3 months. There is always a lag between action and between policy and when action takes place. So, sorry, Nigerians are still going to not like Mr. President until they begin to see the actions.
It's most likely there will be a second drop in the growth of GDP as negative, which means we have automatically entered a recession. So government must act. This year's budget must be focused and well implemented for us to come out. Already we are in, because by the time the second quarter reports will come out, most likely it will be negative growth in GDP. Why? Because we didn't take off. Why do it take us 6 months to know Fashola or to know Ngige? These are people that have been known.
The first year of the President Muhammadu Buhari-led administration also recorded a protest which united most Nigerians. That was the increase in electricity tariff, with about 45% added to existing prices. This, according to the government, is one of the conditions attached to the privatization of the sector, which produced distribution companies and generation companies.
By the policy of privatization, it is now profit. And there is no end to profit. And I want Nigerians to get this. Unless you address the policy around electricity, you won't say somebody should take over electricity company and he should not make profit. Not even making profit, maximizing it, because that's Nigerian investor for you. So we need to say what we need here. There is cause and there's effect. The cause is privatization. The effect is tariff increase. This is not going to be the last. Now, but there's no link with whether there is service delivered or not. There is no tendency that with increase in tariff, there will be improvement in service delivery. And that was why at inception, some of us said, no, you can't privatize a product that is not available, is not accessible. If you do that, it can be affordable. But government didn't listen. They have privatized it. And if they have privatized it and the market is being driven by the market, so the market has to pay for the expenses there. So how government manages it if they feel that electricity is sensitive and Nigerians need electricity for socio-economic development? They can rethink on the policy itself. But if you allow it to happen that way, the person coming must make his money.
The new regime, which was effective in February 2016, also removed fixed charges to the joy of consumers. Meanwhile, generation peaked in March at about 5,000 megawatts, but has dropped to just about 1,600, partly because of pipeline vandalism.
The pipe they are vandalizing are the pipes that carry gas to the power stations, and without gas they cannot produce. And 80% of supply output comes from the thermal station, which uses gas. It's only 20% that come from hydro. We only have 3 hydro power stations in Nigeria. So I think earlier in the year, a major pipeline was vandalized. That was being repaired when this other one that they use also got vandalized. The effect on the power sector is very huge.
On the issue of security, the strategy employed by President Buhari has been credited with the success in the fight against Boko Haram.
You will recall that as soon as he was inaugurated, he decided that the command center should be moved to the theater of operation, that is the Northeast. And that, I believe, has helped a lot in combating the insurgents. And of course, you can also see that a lot of territories that were hitherto in the hands of the insurgents were reclaimed by the military. And of course, he also changed the command structure of the military. And that also reinvigorated the spirit, the morale of the troops.
This positive remark is further celebrated with the rescue of one of the Chibok girls, Amina. However, in the midst of this cheering news, there's been records of clashes between cattle breeders and farmers, which has led to the loss of lives and property.
The issue of the Fulani herdsmen, it's a minus for the administration, and I want to advise that urgent step should be taken by the government so that this will not, dent the successes that the administration has recorded in the areas of security. I believe that the herdsmen, the Fulani herdsmen issue is something that just came out of the blues, because hitherto, whilst we were growing up, the cattle rearers have existed and they've been moving about with their cattle. But the point is, who are the owners of these cattle?
Already, this issue is one of the current issues in the country, with suggestions such as creation of ranches, both by states and individuals, proposed as the way forward. Another security challenge which has dented the first year of the administration is the increase in pipeline vandalism, most of which the Niger Delta militant group, the Avengers, has claimed responsibility.
I believe that the government should re-strategize and look towards dialoguing, introduce diplomacy, because the way the terrain is in the Niger Delta, it might not be too easy to police all the pipeline. That's just my belief. I think they should dialogue and get all stakeholders involved.